Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're tuned to the Oxford 0 to 100 podcast where we talk everything A to Z about Oxford and its surrounding areas, and sometimes we don't. Y'all know me as Bear, that's B-E-A-R, your number one host on the number one podcast in Oxford. And with me here, as always, is...
H, the number 2 host, because we're not equal anymore.
Why is that?
I don't know, you tell me. It's Bear and H, not...
Bear and H, got it. Okay, in this episode, we're going to be sitting down with two lovely guests who have invited us into their fine establishment here in Oxford. We will also be covering food, music, drinks, marketing, and all sorts. And what makes this establishment so unique that myself and H are always here in this shop. And get ready and enjoy the Dirty Bones ride. So what's good, H? We're excited here today, sat here. Where are we? Tell the people where we are today.
We're just in Oxford on the rooftop terrace at Dirty Bones. It's Monday morning, probably one of the best Mondays I've experienced so far, because of not on site working.
Yeah, no drilling, no cutting pipes.
Yeah, but,
Sat here.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it feels different, because usually when being on construction site, walking into like Dirty Bones, it's a different atmosphere. Did you not feel it this morning? Like
Cold to start with, warm
ambience, you know,
Yeah.
just relaxed. You can see like everyone gets on. It's just like a certain chilled out vibe. It's got a lot more of a warmer feel.
So guys, welcome to the podcast. We've got here Hannah. She is the magnificent events and sales of Dirty Bones. And then we also got the very comedic, also magnificent chef. Chef, right? It's a chef, isn't it?
No, master.
Master
Executive chef would be the correct term. But, you know,
fancy.
I also have a name.
It's got a bit of decorum
It
to it.
is.
Oh,
My name would be Andrew.
Andrew. Welcome
Sir
to the podcast.
Andrew.
I just want to call him chef. Yes, chef.
You can call me chef by all means if it makes you more
No, we're going
comfortable.
to stick with Andrew. So we've got Hannah and Andrew of Dirty Bones here today. So yeah, guys, do you want to give us a little bit of, we'll go with Hannah first. Do you want to give a little bit of background on who you are, what you do?
So yeah, my name's Hannah. I've been working for Dirty Bones a year, and I'm in charge of all the sales and events for Oxford. We've got an HQ team as well, fantastic reservations team who back me up at all stages. But yeah, if you ever need bookings here or want to run an event, then I'd be the one to speak to.
Lovely. Andrew?
Well, with establishment, my name's Andrew. I've worked for DB for almost 2 years. I'm the group executive chef. I look after the menu development, the design of the menu, the food concept, also like the back of house, like all the costings, those bits and pieces, the not so fun stuff that goes with it as well. And I'm kind of like the driving force, liaising with our directors on the concept and how the food actually comes across.
Lovely. Actually, shout out to the directors for green lighting this podcast.
Yes, thank you very
It
much.
took a while getting there, but we're here now. It's good finally to be here. So I think the first thing we'll start with would be, what is Dirty Bones?
Dirty Bones. What is Dirty Bones? Very good question. We are a New York-inspired food and beverage-led concept, which is born out of our owners' directors' love of New York. Okay. They spent a lot of time there eating, drinking, visiting like the little speakeasies, and really wanted to replicate that kind of site within the London food industry. The perfect site came up in Kensington.
Okay.
Which, talking about like the speakeasy, it's got a small entrance that goes downstairs.
Right.
So you go down this really tight little like stairwell, and then it opens up into a bar, into a restaurant, into a lounge.
Right.
So it's like a very, well, I don't really know what I'm walking into, but then all of a sudden you're in this massive room. You've got banging music coming on. You've got nice, cocktails being made. You've got the smells of food and aromas going on. Just so much going on. Kensington really took off with a bit of a local explosion.
Got it.
The parties were legendary. It really got a big following straight away.
Sounds like a movie.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it kind of is. And then
It feels like a movie.
yeah. So what's one of our quotes? It was all a dream.
I used to read What Up magazine, so I'm popping every day up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. So that's a hip hop from Biggie, just in case you don't know, Andrew.
No, hip hop's not really my forte, but thanks for the lesson.
Dirty Bones, they play a lot of hip hop.
We do
don't
play a
they?
lot of hip hop, and I do enjoy it, but I'm not overly knowledgeable on the music side. That's more of Hannah's domain.
Indeed,
If we're
We'll
talking
we'll
about
get to the
food
music,
and the
we'll get to the
intricacies of
music in a
food,
bit.
then that's me. But
We'll get to the music in a bit. So it started in Kensington, is that?
starting in Kensington,
Okay.
we've then launched another 4 sites.
Oh.
We have one in Carnaby, so Kingley Court, one in Soho and Denman Street,
Yep.
a site in Shoreditch, and most recently Oxford.
Okay, so how long's the Oxford one been here?
It's coming up 2 years in December.
Oh, 2 years in December.
Okay, that's kind of dope. So how would what defines each one? Is because a lot of people trying to say you go into Dirty Bones. Are they all similar? Are they all different? Do they have their own spin?
I would say our sites are similar
Got it.
and different at the same time. We've got
with
the
you.
same music, the same cocktails, the same food, but the ambience and the decor in each site is slightly different because of the geographical makeup of the building.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Shoreditch is a grade 2 listed building, so it's got high ceilings. Kensington's a bit
Oh,
the
okay.
Low ground.
speakeasy
That
kind
one
of
would be
thing.
well nice. Oh, mate, I can imagine that. I see.
Carnaby is much smaller and quite tighter and kind of a bit more intimate. Denman Street is much more kind of like a real tight New York kind of feel.
Yeah.
And then Oxford, obviously the newest one, is it's our biggest footprint, biggest bar, biggest restaurant. It's just the biggest site we've got.
Yeah.
And how is it with? Would you know? Is Oxford doing better than the other ones, or is it just a new experience dealing with the Oxford local people?
It's a new experience dealing with, doing a London restaurant outside London is always
Yeah,
challenging.
yeah.
But yeah, we are doing very well and we are successful. And I think we have, not saying I think, is we have built a very strong following in Oxford.
No, you
and
have.
we definitely enjoy being in Oxford.
Yeah.
I think the challenge is being in Oxford is Oxford's more about the weekends.
It
Thursday
is.
night, Friday night, Saturday. So it's like mid to late week is great, but no one really comes out in Oxford on a Monday, Tuesday.
No, Oxford's not known for the whole Monday to Wednesday.
No, but that's something we're hoping to break the back on.
But the thing is about one Oxford, like, I don't even think it's just the locals because it's like the closest one from my hometown, Aylesbury. A lot of my friends from Aylesbury travel just to come to Dirty Bones, like just here because it's more closer than going to London. So it's not just picking up momentum from here, I'd say. It's got an effect on all
But
that.
also, the crazy thing about Oxford is it takes someone to come in to Dirty Bones before their friends start realizing there's a place
Yeah.
like this. So when we first met Hannah, it was all about, we came in, and I think we came in on that day that had the special thing going on.
Showcases.
That's it. And we Snapchatted it, we Instagrammed it, we tweeted it. And then a lot of our friends were like, you're talking about Dirty Bones quite a lot. Where is it? And we're like, it's upstairs in Westgate on the rooftop. And then a lot of our friends came in, and we started seeing more Snapchats and more Instagrams of our friends being here. So with Oxford, it's kind of like the best way to describe it is it's very enclosed. So until someone doesn't break that shell and steps out of their comfort zone and comes to a place, and then the other friends will follow through. So I brought H here.
Yeah.
H has brought his friends here. I brought my friends here. Our friends' friends have brought friends here. It's
Word of
just
mouth.
this,
Yeah.
it's like one of those ones where it's like a comfort zone. You have to break it before you can.
Well, and we can see
head out to it.
that in Oxford because of the momentum we've actually picked up.
Yeah.
Like definitely in the last 12 months.
Yeah.
Especially over summer with the terrace and things, we seem to have
Yes.
picked up a lot more momentum, and we're seeing a lot of regular guests and a lot of new faces at the same time.
In the summer, it's beautiful. Remember last time me, you, and Ed were outside?
Yeah.
It was, oh, mate.
It's what Oxford kind of needs, that kind of like
Well,
terrace.
The terrace just
Yeah.
adds a completely different
It does.
dimension to our offer. It's like the fact the sun hits at about 11, 12 o'clock on a Saturday. Well, say on a Saturday, it's any day of the week really, but in summer it's 11, 12 o'clock,
Yeah.
the sun kind of hits. It's a perfect place to be sat.
Yes, so
And
as
it's-
a, oh, go on,
Sorry, and then the sun's kind of hanging around till like 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Yes, like as I was saying earlier, like in regards to when you walk in here, the ambience is like it's relaxing in the front, you know, and as soon as you go around the corner, it's slightly different vibe. It feels like more chilled out, private. And then when you got the terrace, like in the summer when we first came, that was its own little vibe out there. And you had people on the comfy like sofa.
So we've actually counted 5 spots.
yeah,
So
Right.
literally,
So-
we've been to all 5 corners. Let's just say, right? So I mean, like, we've got a cameraman here as well, Tyler. He also, it's his first time coming here, and I asked him, how do you feel when you walk through that door straight away? And he says, mate, chilled, relaxed. And the one thing we find about Dirty Bones itself is you can walk in and you're not. Oxford has a certain thing, right, where you go to certain bars, you can feel that certain judgment, as in, you're underdressed or you're overdressed, or it's not that kind of place to be, or it can be. we come walking in here, nice relaxing area. I'm always clinging to the walls. I love the walls. Just stroke the walls for days, right? Then you've got the bar
Probably
area.
mention that they're velvet at this stage.
Oh, mate.
They're amazing.
Not just stroking any walls.
Yeah. No. What sort of crazy person's going around just stroking the walls like that? Do you know what I mean? It's an
You
£8
left your
car.
white jacket at home. Oh,
Yeah, just stroke myself. And then you've got the bar. You can sit at the bar and you can actually converse
Yeah.
with the people behind the bar. Then you've got the nice area where you get to eat and stuff. And then around the back is different. It's more like I don't want to say dark, but it's kind of like more relaxed.
Mood lighting.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
that's
the
the
word. And then outside it's just a party. Outside is
And then
just a
to
party.
even top it off, it's like how I mentioned about how all of your lot staff just they're like very
Yeah.
welcoming. Like I remember last time the waitress when we walked in here, she was like, "Could I get you anything straight away?" And then we see Hannah on the left the other day, but it's just like I don't know, I can't explain it because I've not really been in this type of place before, apart from being in construction. It's just the way you guys work. It seems like one unit, and you
Yeah, it
all
has a
just seem like
certain
a
level.
family.
I think that's kind of the beauty of the venue as well.
Yes.
It's like you can pop in for a quick drink, you can pop in for lunch, you can, bring someone on the first date. You could actually come in on a Saturday night, have a couple of
Yeah.
cocktails, sit down, have dinner.
Yeah.
And then when the music goes up, the lights go down, you can stay until late, continue with the cocktails in the bar,
Yeah.
and you can actually spend a good 5-6 hours in the venue. And it's that kind of place that it's comforting.
It
Yeah.
feels
It can be homely and it can be a party spot at the
I
same
was
time.
just
It
about
can-
to
it
say
can
that. I was just about to say
accommodate-
it feels like home.
Yeah.
Relax. You can just put your not put your feet up, like take a shoe, but you can just relax. It doesn't feel like how some bars and restaurants feel.
Yeah, basically it accommodates all the type of moods. It's kind of like not in a weird way to say bipolar, but like it's like you can walk in here in different type of moods and just feel comfortable, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we want to be somewhere where you are comfortable.
Yeah.
Where you can rock up in jeans and a t-shirt or shorts and flip-flops and not feel
just
like
saying
anyone's
this.
going to judge you.
I'm coming in my flip flops next time.
Yeah, maybe wait till summer. Not on the coldest day of the year so far.
Well, I've seen people in shorts this morning. It's
Well,
freezing.
they must be brave.
Sun's out.
Whitney.
Sun's out.
That's just Whitney. But no, exactly what you just said. It's very like home-like feeling. There's no exactly what H just said. When you walk in, hi guys, you're right there. Some places you don't even get that.
Yeah.
Like you're walking in, you can be there like standing for hours or minutes, and no one's gonna say hello, guys. You're right there. Let's take a seat and just follow me.
I think
Sit down.
Yeah, I think
Order
it's
your food.
I think it's something that's come from that whole New York vibe because it's the service in New York and Brooklyn. It's really renowned for being up there with the best. So I think that's something we've tried to bring down through to be like an all-encompassing experience here.
And I think you guys have done it really well.
Nice.
Well, actually, you'd have to give credit to the person who recruited the people because that's what it stems down to, right? Picking the right people, having the right team, so
does.
it works its way throughout the whole structure, doesn't it?
It's
Really?
very true.
And
So-
also taking it back to our directors and owners as well. We've got the vision.
Yeah,
And
exactly,
their
of course.
clarity and their vision
Yeah.
is supported by the people that work for them to
Yeah.
deliver the vision for them.
100%. Hannah,
Yeah.
music, girl.
I'm
Talk to
waiting
me.
for this.
The playlist. I literally went on the website and I've been on the Spotify.
Yeah.
Who creates these playlists? Who's the brains behind this?
We have our lovely sort of marketing and PR team up in London who are creating the playlist.
Lovely.
It's actually, well, they're the ones who are putting them together, but we actually do. We asked our staff's opinion. So they say, what's the Dirty Bones vibe? We've got a group chat, they post it, and then those get compiled each month into Dirty Bones playlists, which are all
Right.
on our Spotify, as you said.
Yep.
And then we've got a soundtrack which runs through all the venues. 24 hours a day it's on if you turn up the volume. But in the morning it's a bit more chilled, then it gets more lively in the evenings. But it's always, classic hip hop, funk, soul, and all those tunes you like, really.
Because my question comes down to now is that we've been to many restaurants, different places. There's certain rules that they have on music that can be played.
Yeah.
What was it, about 2 weeks ago? The first time ever I've heard Redman and Method Man in an Oxford establishment, and my mind was blown. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, you can't really hear that anywhere, let alone, you don't even, believe it or not, you don't hear the types of songs you guys play even in gyms, literally.
No.
You'll hear the classic Radio 1, normal feed of just the same old regular stuff.
Yeah.
You don't really get to hear
No.
that sort of vibe.
I've constantly got my
It's-
Shazam on here, like, what is this? This is a vibe. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm learning all the time, and I thought that was my type of music, and I'm still learning when I'm here. So
It's just amazing hearing that sort of music and where young creative people like myself and H would walk in and be like, ooh. and then we hit the Fijis, and we're like, all right, that's it. Let's get a drink. Let's sit down, and let's just vibe out.
Yeah, well, you'll see it's reflected throughout all the artwork. We'll have a look at it later, but you know,
Yeah.
you've got all the classics up on the artwork. You've got Biggie in the toilets.
Right? There's
On the wall.
context. I was just going to say there's context behind the fact that the Biggie's not just in a toilet.
That's where he's been all these years. In the Dirty Bones toilets. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah. Take it however
It
you like,
was all
guys.
a dream. Biggie hiding up in the toilets of D&B.
That's the intro, right? So what do people think of the music you guys play? Because, you know, people in Oxford are can at sometimes be very opinionated.
Well, I think it's a take it or leave it thing, but we do have people that come back, such as yourselves, especially for it.
Oh, we love it.
But yeah, as you said, it's different. It's nice to come somewhere, and I mean, these are the tunes that I'd be playing at home. As you said, it's homely with my mates. You know, when we're all having a nice time together. So it's just nice to have it played here, really. But it's all just about having good times together, isn't it? And that's what that music, you know, represents.
The music does play that whole good vibe feeling, because it just the thing is, it's not just strictly hip hop music. It's a quite broad range of different music.
Yeah, funk and soul.
Yeah, and I've noticed the customers you guys have in here are just not those kind of like teenage hipsters coming through here. You've got old and young, you've got families.
It's music that spans generations,
Yeah, I
isn't it?
think
Even the
it's-
samples in hip hop comes from old music.
school,
so
yeah.
Yeah, it's very much the kind of music that you can enjoy from the age of 18 to 40, 50. It's like everyone kind of, there's points of relevance throughout the whole sound like
There's like a
playlist.
song for everyone, basically.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And that's what I love.
The thing I like about Dirty Bones is that, like, let's just say how you have less. I'm not comparing Dirty Bones to like McDonald's, but you know, like how, you know how you have McDonald's and KFC. You can say they're like competitors, right?
Right.
With Dirty Bones, I don't feel as if it competes. It's in its own lane. It's doing its own thing. It just stands out.
its
It's
own
not really got.
unique
It's
brand.
not really
Yeah.
got a competitor.
that's what it's
But
about.
that's 'cause
Standing
it's
out.
unique.
Because
Exactly.
I couldn't seriously, I couldn't compete compete.
Compare.
Have you guys compete against any of, or compare you guys, like, hey, just correct me just there, thank you, bro. Against, like, I don't know, what one down there, you got like Alchemist, then you got, like, you go to Alchemist, you just know that's just a bar. It is just a bar, and it feels like a bar. But where you come down to here, you don't feel like this is a bar. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not feeling a bar vibe. You know, because like the things we get is, as you know, as Pakistani Muslims in the UK, there's certain places we can and cannot go. As in, like, you know, you wouldn't catch us at a pub. That's just not our domain.
Well, so
Apart from you.
Yeah.
You know, but
I'm
is
going-
Weatherspoons,
I'm going
is
how?
Weatherspoons really a pub though? That's up for debate. You know, but when we come in here, it feels more like a, I don't know. I can't even call it a restaurant. I can't really call it a bar.
Chill spot.
Yeah, yeah. That's what it comes down to, and it's crazy because like everywhere else you go, you kind of go, all right, okay, that's a restaurant. Okay,
You put a
that is
label.
that is, and I don't think Dirty Bones has a label, just like our podcast doesn't have a label, which is the nuts part. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have a category you can stick us in. That's what I kind of get about Dirty Bones, and I just love it. I think that's what makes Dirty Bones unique, as in it has its own secular market that it doesn't have to compete against other brands out there. Would you guys
Oxford's too
think?
small for that, really, isn't it? You can't be offering the same as someone else, otherwise stepping on each other's toes.
yeah.
But Oxford, I mean, like, you know, you got Costa and you got Starbucks. Do you know what I mean? But like, my point being is, you guys are very, very unique.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think our offer is very unique and offer is very, it's not tailored to anyone.
No.
It's we are who we are. And we're very good at what we do.
Damn good.
You know, from the views of the food, the cocktails, the ambience, the vibes, all of it. So,
I mean-
it's, you come here for DB, you come here for Dirty Bones. You don't come here for,
The DB experience.
yeah, exactly. It's
You do.
it's a unique experience.
The minute you walk through that Stargate door, it's all off. You don't think about work, you don't think about family, you don't think about stress. You just come in here, grab a drink, and the food here is amazing. Which is my next question. The food. Who comes up with these brilliant menu ideas?
Most of it would be, well, no, I can't take all the credit for it.
Just go for it.
No, I can't do that because there's a bigger process to our menu than just one person's creative input. We creating the menu, creating a dish it's a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
It's a conversation, it's an idea, it's brainstorming, it's research, it's looking at New York restaurants, it's looking at our competitors, it's looking at the market, and then it's putting an idea onto a plate, tasting it, looking at it, taking it apart, putting it back together, taking other opinions, and then building it into the dish that it then becomes.
The truffle fries, oh mate, don't get me started on truffle fries. Have increased my thighs.
You know, you've just brought the truffle fries into the conversation. That vegan burger, right?
The vegan burger is pretty awesome, man.
So
Is that really- is that-
he it was so juicy and nice. He was like, this cannot be vegan. This
Sending it
definitely
back.
me.
Not be
Waiter.
vegan.
You wouldn't believe the amount of times we've had the burger
Yeah.
brought back to the past by the guest actually taking it to the past in the kitchen and saying, "You've given me meat."
No,
And it's
literally,
just-
we were sat over in there in that spot, in that very spot down there, and I literally said to H, I said, that's
And then
that's
he
not
was
vegan.
like, do you know what? At this point, I've taken a bite. It tastes so good. I don't even care if it's not now. It's I'm committed.
Literally so food process, what's the idea behind the design, the way it styles out, stuff like that? Is that
So we design our food in essence that it has to be marketable, Instagrammable. It has to have a wow factor.
Yeah.
If we concentrate on the vegan McDaddy or vegan classic burger,
Yes.
the vegan McDaddy was born out of the McDaddy burger, which was our top selling burger item. The vegan classic straight vegan McDaddy was born out of trying to emulate an amazing vegan burger, copying one of our best selling and most inspirational dishes, the McDaddy. So the process behind it was having to source the right patty, which was difficult in its own right, because a lot of time vegan food it's quinoa, it's beans, it's dry,
Yeah.
it's not nice. So we went through a big tasting process to get the right patty. We then had to find the right bun. We had to find a vegan bun that looked exactly like a brioche bun and tasted pretty much exactly like a brioche bun, down to the sesame seeds on top,
did.
the size, everything. We then had to emulate a cheese sauce. So we use a cashew nut base with almond milk, pasilla chilies,
Oh, is that
English
what that
mustard,
is?
lemon juice, a load of other little bits and pieces that go into it. It's probably got about 17 different seasonings in it, so I'm not going to list them all.
Yeah.
you're making
But
me hungry?
we then, so then there was an addition of, instead of using beef short rib, we had to emulate that.
Yeah.
And we used shiitake mushrooms, dried and then rehydrated with barbecue sauce, maple syrup, a little bit of liquid smoke to get that kind of smoky finish. And that emulates the beef side of it. So basically we've got a burger, which is, when I first tasted it, it was just like, wow.
A secret
It
Krabby
was-
Patty formula.
Listen, for those who haven't even tasted it, like, I'm an avid meat eater, right? We eat meat in our culture quite a lot. Sometimes a bit vegetable based, but that vegan burger itself, like, we didn't have it just the one time. Since we come here, we order it again
Yeah.
and again and again and again, right? But it's literally every time you bite into it, and I'm not just saying it because you're sat here, because I shoot things straight. It is, every time you bite into it, it's the best. Nothing comes out of that kitchen like the way you don't see it on Instagram.
Yeah, I was just about to
So
say that.
you know, like how you can go to some fast food establishments or some restaurants and you look at it, you're like, oh, that looks really good. I'll have that. And then it comes at you like, what is that?
McDonald's.
Yeah, I was about to say McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's,
I had a guy, there was a guy in KFC and he said he wanted a mighty bucket for one. The mighty bucket looks mighty. But when it came in, it was a little brown bag. And he said to me, is that all I get? I was like, mate, I don't work here, but it looks like it.
It is mighty compared to a midget.
The other day I had gherkins on top of my burger bun in McDonald's when it came out. I was like, how does that even happen? Who's made that?
Didn't end up on a sauce and they give you a smiley face.
No, it was the whole burger and then the gherkins on top and wrapped up. So how
awesome.
did you even manage that?
Yeah, I think it's a choice they give you now.
Apparently Stevie Wonder made that burger, didn't he?
Apparently they give you the option. They give you the option of saying, right, you can have the gherkins or you don't have to.
Yeah.
It's a condiment.
But you have it anyway on top.
But yeah, no, I think, like I just said, everything that comes out of that kitchen is exactly how you see on the Instagram post.
Yeah.
When we first saw the vegan, he tagged me in it, shoot it over to me. I said, we're going to get that. And it literally came off the way it looks. So that's one thing I can turn around and say is you guys do deliver what you say. It's like Bronzil. It says what it says on the tin, right? It does what it says on the tin. So yeah, let's move to the fabulous cocktails and mocktails. Talk to us. What goes behind? Because I believe, obviously, so guys, when you listen to this podcast, it'll probably be out later on. But the cocktails of Ghost Malone, Rick Ross, and a few other people have dropped. So what goes behind that process?
Developing a cocktail is as difficult, if not harder, than developing a main menu item, just simply because of how many more people will try a cocktail. So our cocktails are based on big, bold, classic flavors. They're grown-up drinks. Grown-up drinks, which are a bit of fun. They're fun as well. Meant to be the kind of thing that you can just you can enjoy, simply garnished, big, bold in flavour, and again, just over delivers, but undersells itself, I guess is the best way to put it.
Okay. And the mocktail's the same
Mocktail,
process?
same principle applies. It's all about flavour. It's all about delivering the perfect cocktail, be it a mocktail, be it a real cocktail.
Yeah.
It's about interest. It's about wanting to go back for another one, wanting to try something else. I mean, you look at our cocktail list, and you can be sat there for 10 minutes trying to read it, trying to decide what you want to drink.
Yeah. No,
And if-
literally.
I mean, and if you don't indulge in mocktails, it can get a bit messy. Yes.
We like when we first come here, we came to the bar. And I think,
Costa.
yeah. And he was at the bar, and we literally went over there, and it was like, I don't know what am I feeling, because I look at the mocktail side thinking, I don't know what I want to drink today, and I'm looking for a thing, and he's like to me, literally just said to me like, how are you feeling today? And I said, I'm feeling happy, excited, and high, basically. And he literally said, right, let me cook something fresh for you.
Oh,
And he
mate.
literally made this random drink
You've got the secret
that
ingredients.
I have the ingredients for written down on my phone. So every time I come here, guys are lovely. They turn around and say, what do you think? I said, can you make this? And they're like, go for it, shoot, we got it, you know. So my next question would be, the food and the drinks you guys make, is that outsourced or is it all done
No,
inside?
we're very much a fresh-based operation for food and beverage. There's a lot more that goes into our food than you would think just by looking at the menu. If we talk about the beef short rib, for example,
Yeah.
it's the top end from the Jacob's Ladder. It's brined for 18 hours in 6% salt solution, then seasoned with our special meat rub to marinate for 12 hours, which the meat rub's got about 12, 13 ingredients in it.
Yeah.
It's then sous vide overnight at 84 degrees for 12 hours until it's cooked right
84
through.
degrees, that's pretty
84
precise.
degrees for 12 hours. And
Some
it's got to
science
be
behind
precise,
this.
otherwise it's not cooked enough, or it's too soft, or it's too tough. It's then hot held for service, and then it's deep fried, which gives it a bit of a crust and just changes the texture a bit. And then it's topped with our coffee and cayenne spike barbecue sauce, deep fried shallots, spring onions. And you see how many steps have just gone into one
Yes, I was just
simple
about to
thing.
say, damn.
And we put the same process, the same thought process, and the same level of flavouring to everything that we do.
You don't just made love to the meat. Like,
We've tried, but it
I've
didn't
just
work out
gained-
as well.
I've just gained a lot of calories by listening to that.
yeah.
But even the fried chicken, I mean, I know KFC boasts that they've got this amazingly secretive flour
Can
recipe.
we just pause on KFC? Look, you get good days and bad days at KFC. KFC do not deliver all the
But
time.
here the consistency is always on point. So you
100%.
don't even compare yourself to KFC.
Yeah.
They're not in
Don't
this
go
caliber.
Well, no, I was comparing the flours, not necessarily
the
the
flour.
final
Forget
product.
Colonel
but
Sanders.
No, but there's you see the flour mix has got 3 different flours in.
Yeah.
It's got garlic, it's got onion, it's got a meat rub again. There's so many different flavors going on.
Yeah.
It's just, and managing the consistency of that is just regular tasting. I mean, it's hard having to eat fried chicken every day. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, you think it's a great job, but
I would love that job.
everyone does
Just
for
sit
the,
there tasting
everyone does
Menu
for the first
tasting
few
it, menu
weeks.
tasting.
Until you're like that
It's
guy
hard.
out of that thing, I can't stop eating.
No, but just by seeing how much, I would say there's a lot of love going into what you guys produce and make, and the time, and I think my other question would have been like, what differentiates you guys from the supposed competitors, and I think that would be it. The fact that the thought process and everything going into it, like 17 steps to make a drink, or 25 steps just to make that perfect, beef rib. I think that's what kind of sets you guys up here against.
Yeah, there's a high level of passion that goes
And I
into
can see
everything
that
that we
from
do,
speaking
and
to
it's
you.
kind of, but it's fun as well.
Yeah.
There's no point in
No.
work. There's no point in being passionate at work if you're not
Yeah.
going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And we want our staff to enjoy it. We want the chefs to enjoy cooking. We want the bar people to enjoy making drinks. We want the waiters to enjoy speaking to people. It's the whole thing is fun, and it should be fun. That's
Yeah.
not to say it's not without pressure,
Yeah.
but we try and encourage our staff to enjoy being here as much as a guest.
The thing is, you could say the pressure's there, but you could still see that every staff member is enjoying it, from the guys who are making the drinks to the guys serving the food to the guys cooking. I've not seen anyone frown.
Yeah.
Not one time. They're always smiling. They're always
Yeah,
happy.
exactly. Yeah.
And like, you could walk through that door and you could just be having the worst day of your life, and then someone comes in like, hi there, you're right there. Do you want a drink? You're like, oh yeah, cool, why not?
The kitchen's a bit of a different story. After a 14-hour day on a Saturday when they've done like 800 covers, there's a few frowns, but until they get the first cocktail, of course, and it all
human
changes.
at the end
but-
of the day. We've got to release it.
So with all that thought process going in, I think that's coming back to what I just said. That I reckon that defines you guys in some unique level. Of I can't really, like I said, I can't really compare you guys to anyone else out there. I'm asked this question to Hannah, and then you can jump in if you like, Andrew. DB's end goal. What is there a further goal now? You've hit Oxford. What is there an end goal to this whole project? Is there something you guys are going to keep going on for? What's the new things? What's coming out? What are you trying to do?
It's probably one for
yeah,
Andrew,
it's
actually.
probably one more for me, to be fair. The aim is
He loves talking.
The aim is to open more DB sites, predominantly within London for the moment. The dream is to hit 10 sites within the London kind of area.
Okay.
We're also working hard on our vegan concept, and we've got a Dirty Vegan site opening in the Westfield Shopping Centre
Wow.
in Shepherd's Bush
Oh, we'll have
in
to go there.
December.
Strictly vegan.
Strictly vegan. QSR, so quick service restaurant, but strictly vegan. We're working again. The dream is to open Dirty Vegans across London as well, not just in shopping centres, but we would like to have an established Dirty Vegan restaurant in its own right. We're definitely not after like world domination, but we do want to grow. I mean, the glory and what is great about Dirty Bones is we work in Oxford in a shopping centre. We work in Kingly Court. We work in Soho. We work in Shoreditch. We work in Kensington, which is very much more neighbourhood. So we're proving that we can work everywhere.
Very versatile.
So yeah, we could pop up in Brixton. We could pop
Yeah.
up in King's Cross. We could pop up in Clapham. There's nothing to stop us or hold us back from popping up in Bath, in Bristol, in other affluent cities.
Just don't go Birmingham or Bradford. I've got family there. It's just
That's a whole different environment.
Birmingham could be an interesting.
Birmingham.
I have an
yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
I have this idea, right? I think I remember speaking to Hannah about the whole halal side to it. I was kind of wondering, would you like, in the future, would you guys open up like a more Muslimic place, like let's say somewhere like in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, or like, in areas like Birmingham or Bradford, like just a pure, and not call it Dirty Bones, try Halal Bones?
I take it to the owners and see how it goes. But
It was just a thought, because obviously when we had this conversation, and Hannah told me like the process, and I slightly know a little bit about the process when it's like in restaurants, as in everything has to be to the T. Like you can't have mix. It's either one thing or nothing at all.
You want to be able to promise what you're delivering.
Yeah, and I guess that's the other thing that I can respect about it, is that you don't want, like, Hannah's also told me, like, they do make the chicken, but it's going to be in the oil with all the other meats. You're never going to know. So, like, that's the reason why you guys haven't really kind of, like, dived in there and said and promoted it as much. And I respect that. So that's, like, the other question is, like I said to you, would, like, those countries which are moving up in the world and quite a lot of restaurants are moving there, would you guys, instead of, okay, maybe down the line, maybe down there, I don't know, but try like a one-off one in Birmingham and call it Halal Bones and just have pure halal meat, and the Arabs and all the Muslim people will turn up there pretty much.
I mean, I guess never say never.
It's just a thought.
It's definitely a good, it's potentially a good business venture.
And if there are directors like it, we would like to,
We're cashing in on it. Yeah.
Face, is it?
on those faces. But yeah, no. Got any questions?
As far I think you've pretty much covered it on my point. I don't really have too many questions, to be fair.
I think I pretty much answered.
Yeah, you've
I
pretty
think
much.
one thing with the music that I was going to say earlier
Shoot.
is that not only have we got the soundtrack always playing, but then every Thursday night we've got live music from 7. And so we'll have a little duo or trio over in the corner.
Just there, yeah.
It's all free to come to. You just turn up, just grab a seat, grab some chicken or whatever you need.
How do the
Oh,
people
wait,
find
I
about
did have a
the
question.
DJs?
DJs, it's all on our website. So if
No,
you go to
as in the-
dirty-bones.com/music,
Lovely.
then you'll be able to find out our listings, because as well, as you said, we've got DJs every Friday and Saturday night as well.
And how do the customers like the live music going
Live
on? What
music's
they
been
make of
very,
that?
very well
Going
received.
really well, yeah.
It's helped our Thursday significantly, and it's given us another point of difference, another point of interest to come to.
Exactly. People will book a table, they'll sit over that side. You can see the music. The music's actually, when it's live music, it's played across the whole venue. It's
Lovely.
not like only in the bar,
Yeah.
so you can hear it if you're in the back. And yeah, it plays until about 10, so you can grab a meal, you can watch it, and then you can come and chill here. So, it's all on brand with sort of the the funk and the soul, but more like neo soul and stuff like that. But again, you can find all the listings on our website.
Yep, you can.
You can have a listen, see if it's for you, and then come along.
Okay, so Hannah, this is one for you because you're head of events. Do you guys? What type of events do you guys rock up to and do you like? How is that process like?
Events
Where
that we put on here.
do you do events outside of Dirty Bones?
Not
Or is
well.
it
We
just-
do. We attend some events like festivals. We've
Yeah.
done some.
So how would that
things.
process like begin? Like, do you get like cooking stations out there? Or...
Yeah, we've got a pop up thing, and again, this is really why we keep on directing these ones at me. But these are Andrew's domain. Mine's sort of just bookings and in-house events.
Okay.
So we'll get onto that in a minute. But Andrew can definitely lead on
Yeah,
this one.
we're not shy to doing an outside event. In fact, we actually really enjoy it. We've been quite busy with Dirty Vegan opening that we've not done
Yeah.
any recently, but it would be.
Any events specifically that you've done in the past that have been very successful?
We always do Soho Food Feast,
Oh, okay.
which is a charity event. So
Okay.
this year we popped up and we did mini versions of our Met Daddy.
Oh,
We
okay.
cooked something like 500 in 4 hours or something silly. It was quite
Yeah,
intense.
yeah. That's good.
But yeah, it's we'll pop up, we'll buy a grill, we'll get our equipment out, we'll have a bit of fun, we'll cook some burgers and we'll chat to the guest.
That's pretty awesome. So because you lot are outside, do you lot have like a big cooking kitchen within like the vans, or do you like pre-make it here and then take? Or
We do X amount of work on site, like sauces and things, and we'll
Okay,
take and
yeah,
regenerate and heat everything else there. But it's pretty much a case of getting an induction stove, a trestle table,
yeah,
a big gas barbecue,
yeah.
and then just going for it from there.
That's pretty awesome. Now, just to know that they're not just within the
Yeah.
same building,
Yeah.
but they actually go out there and interact with people. I think that's pretty awesome.
So I think like a weekend ago, was it? You guys did like an in-house wedding reception party
We had.
thing.
We did a gala show for like a theatre show that was going
Yeah.
on, and we had all the guys come over there.
Mm-hmm.
We did do a wedding party actually
Yeah, not
as
so
well.
long ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I
in
saw
the
that
summer.
on Instagram. Yeah.
But yeah, we've got space for up to 85 to eat in the restaurant. If you want to book the whole place, it's 300 people. So we're pretty flexible on the bookings we can take. And certainly if you've got a big wedding party on, or you want to do, as the theatre show did, a big reception in the evening, it's a really flexible space, and it's something that we really
Also,
love
Oxford
doing.
Foodies as well. They did.
Yeah, the Oxfordshire
Yeah.
Bloggers Network,
Yep.
which came in here. That was fantastic. And yeah, we had loads of great content being shared about. If you search the hashtag for that.
You
there's
know,
lots of
we
stuff
saw that.
going
It was
on.
amazing.
I think we can, just talking about the venue in itself, in fact, we can cater for so many different bits and pieces.
It's amazing.
You can book a space in the bar for comfort bites, for drinks. Our
Yeah.
menu can be designed to be taken in a feast, so it's perfect for sharing and kind of getting like down and
Absolutely.
dirty with the food, so to
Yeah.
speak. We're good for weddings, we're good for everything.
Have you guys
It's-
tried doing like a food competition?
A food
Like, do you have like
competition.
a kind of like a set food that if you eat that in a matter of
Oh.
time,
Like man
Oh,
versus
I
food,
see.
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
like because quite a
No,
few like
haven't got
places
that.
kind of do that, like like the big burgers or big.
Challenge.
We haven't
ta-
gone down
like,
that
have you got
route
like
yet.
a Dirty Bones special?
No, we've not. Historically, going back a few years, there was some sort of
Ooh.
man versus food kind of challenge going on, but I
Lovely.
can't really quote what it was. But our food, it's not really the kind of.
No, it's not.
pretty difficult. It's, I mean, you wouldn't want to eat like 6 deep fried chicken thighs in a
wanna
McDonald's
enjoy
then
it.
go for a run.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's.
No, we just pop off to the coffee shop and sit down and have a coffee. You're bloated. That's
I
just
should
us.
stay here for coffee. The coffee's delicious here.
I've had the coffee and the donut.
Oh, in the little ice cream pot.
Ooh, ooh, when that's warm. Don't get me started, girl.
The sticky toffee pudding last time we got it.
Ooh.
Mate, I don't
Yeah.
even mind getting diabetes for that. It's worth it.
All
That
in
was-
moderation.
That was heavy. That was heavy.
And we're Pakistani anyway, we're most likely to get it.
Is it?
Yeah,
What do you find
culturally.
amongst like Asian individuals? Like my mum, she's got diabetes. Like,
High
usually-
calories. No,
is
not
it?
calories. Damn it, what is it? What's the word? Forgot it.
Cholesterol.
That's the word.
Ah,
Yeah.
we're learning.
Because the
We're
curry
learning on a Monday
that we
morning.
cook, and we use too much oil, too much
it.
butter, too much spice, and it's just
Never knew that.
that's why half of our kidneys start going missing. But that's neither here or there. Well, last question. We talked quite a lot about the New York. What precisely New York style restaurants is that where you get your inspiration from? Was it a one? Is it two? Is it a fair three of them?
I think it's not necessarily any certain venue or site in New York. It's just New York in its entirety.
Okay.
New York is such a diverse place. You know, you can go from having in a short walk, you can go from the Lower East Side and be like enjoying pickles into Chinatown, into Little Italy, back into Chinatown, then into the meatpacking district, and it's kind of it's
Never been.
drawing on the influence, and like I think that you refer to New York as a melting pot.
Got it.
And it's pulling from that influence. So it's New York as a city, not necessarily.
Right.
It's a city and a culture and the vibe and the feeling, not a certain restaurant.
So you've taken all that, put it in
Yeah.
the pot, brought it to Oxford,
Bring it back to the boil, pour it out, and then this is the result.
and we got this wonderful
Yeah.
place.
And here we are today.
And yeah, we are here today. I think that's pretty much it. I would like to say thank you to you guys for allowing us to be
Thank
here,
you.
for the
Thanks for
podcast
coming.
up in here. Give you guys a little shout out. It's just because it's just been one of those places we visited quite a lot of places, but we always seem to come here, and we call this the spot.
Yeah.
So it's always so after we do a podcast, we like to come here, get the 0 to 100 mocktail cooked up.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to speak to directors about that.
This is a direct line to them as well.
This is the direct line. Listen, you've given Rick Ross his shot, right? You've given Post Malone his shot,
Or
right?
Post Malone.
Time to give us
Halloween special.
Yeah.
Are they just going to run for Halloween? or
It'll
is
run
it-
for about a week and a half, I believe.
Yes.
The 2 new mocktails, which we're going to try in a minute, they launched last Friday.
Lovely.
And they've, along with some fantastic house cocktails and things. So yeah, we'll better go try them in a
I
second.
just love how you guys are still like, because you go to a lot of restaurants and they still got the same menu and the same drinks, and you guys are
Yeah.
always
Expert,
keeping
like,
with the even if
staying
it's
creative.
festive
Yeah,
or
we-
creative
We
or
keep
so,
our
whatever
legend
you,
spots
yeah.
though. Got
Yeah.
legend spots on there in the cocktail menu, as
Amazing.
well as the main menu, classic burgers and things
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, in this industry, you can't stand still.
No,
If you
You've gotta
stand still and
adapt.
stop and
Yeah.
rest on your laurels, then it's over. You're done. You've got to keep on moving forwards.
Yeah.
And we do that with our specials or our
Yeah.
menu development. It's just, and it keeps everyone engaged. It keeps
Yeah.
me engaged, it keeps Hannah engaged, it keeps the staff, it keeps the customers engaged.
So like, where do you see the Oxford restaurant in, I don't know what, like 3-4 years time? Do you,
I can only see it going from strength to strength,
yeah.
carving out a bigger identity within Oxford.
Yeah.
I can see us having more banging Saturday nights,
Yeah.
maybe later night. You know, it's
Yeah.
we could dip into the late night market. There's
That-
so much we can do.
I was just going to say,
crazy.
there isn't a late night market within Oxford, because I had an argument with my dad. Well, not an argument. We were beefing. we were beefing about Tesco's, and Tesco says it's 24 hours. That's bollocks. They're not. They're shut by 12.
On a Sunday.
24 hours, mine, 7 days a week. Yeah, right. You know what? I got there, it was shut. I kind of think there is a market, and like just touching upon what you just said, there is a market for the nighttime
Students.
students, not even just students, like, you know, like friends, people coming out, enjoying their drinks. So if you were to tap into that nighttime market, it would be hella fun. I mean, because like, you know, who doesn't want to go home, you know, at 3 o'clock in the morning, enjoying some great drinks and not being, you know, drunk out of their faces, more like going in, oh my God, that was a good night, thinking, remembering it and stuff like that. So that'd be dope. That'd be really dope. I think I'm all out of questions. I'm hungry as well. We're gonna eat.
time to eat.
Yeah, but no, guys, thank you so much. Thank you to Dirty Bones in itself. Thank you to yourself, Andrew and Hannah, for being here. Thank you for allowing us to be here nice and early and prompt. Although we stood at the door for like, you know, 3 minutes and we just had everyone staring at
I
us.
was going to push it to about 15, 20,
Oh,
but you
yeah.
started looking a bit cold out there.
We've got some guys staring at us right
We're
now.
like, please let us in. And all that. But I've been Bear,
I've been H.
And
B&H.
B&H, and
Do
you
not
listen to
smoke.
Oxford 0 to 100 podcast. And we will see you guys next time.
It been a road, yeah, I know it's been a while. Yeah. They say you're stressed, but still you smile. Yeah. The energy selling is cheap. Only family visited me. I been locked up from a young teen. Had to hit strip, I was hungry. Happened to smoke when I violent. I don't know why they be talking. Grip gears cause I'm horny. Call my name when I put all in. I say, yeah, they know that I've been here for a while. Yeah. They say you're stressed, but still you smile. Yeah. God, I wait for your call. Life is cruel, some get it all. That's how it be. I can see, look at the streets. Yeah. Trying to avoid the storm. I see people work each morning. We barely crawling. We know this is. I don't know why they want. They just want me to stop. But yes, you on the floor. Now look who's police you're calling. Hey, hanging around when you boss me. Doing the same like you're 14. Put in work, I move ball speed. I gotta make trap to enforce dreams. Ain't been a road, yeah, I know it's been a while. Hey. They say you're stressed, but still you smile.